That chip on my shoulder. This picture of that looking back on my life, spent the most of it tongue-tied. I wish I had more time, listening to you speak your mind. Now I'm thinking about it every day on my mind. It's away. Are you aware for thinking about it every day on my mind? It's away. Drinking cold black desire, and I couldn't be much higher.
You got the door okay?
Oh, yeah. Thank
Oh,
you so
sure,
much.
no worries. Oh, excuse me, guys. Actually, right now I'm at the Starbucks charging my laptop. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to try to get some sleep somewhere later on for sure. I'm gonna check to see if there's a code blue so I can try to get me see if I can get off the streets. I'm surprised there wasn't a code blue last night. It's cold out there. That really shocked me. They had me in the motel yesterday. No code blue. Hey, how you doing, Marley? How you doing? How's everything? Yeah, I'm at Starbucks trying to stay warm. So, charging my laptop, you know. Yeah. Sure, what's the joke? Hopefully it's something appropriate. Why do hospitals have AC? Hey, Itchy Fingers, how you doing? Good to see you. How's Florida? I don't know. You tell me, Marley. Oh, there you go. Okay. No, I keep my hair covered. It's part of my faith. Oh, I know Florida must be feeling so good. I miss Florida, I do. I love the sun, the beach. That was the only beautiful thing about Florida is if, when I was homeless in Florida, I could get on a bus and I went to one of those beaches. Sure, I'm a woman though, but you know. Oh, 72. Give you a song suggestion? James Block. James Block. That's like a biblical song, spiritual song. Hey, Itchy Fingers, I had requested, I think it was you, I requested some money, but you don't have to send anything. I'm okay. I thought that was your Cash App. I'm not sure, but I'm good. I got what I needed. So, yeah, it's no worries. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure what the temperature is. I'm surprised the homeless hotline didn't have a code blue last night. I was pretty much freezing, so I didn't really sleep that good, but I'm okay. I'm hopefully later on in the day. Hi, Suzanne. How you doing? Thanks for joining the live. No, I had requested a few dollars, but it's all good. I thought it was you. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, I totally forget what it was about, but yeah, I thought I requested something. I forget it was for something. Oh, South Africa. South Africa. Nice. What's that? Yeah, yeah. No, I think it was, no, I got the hand warmers, right? Was it you or somebody? I forget. Hey, Aussie. Oh, hey, Aussie. It's up to you. I don't know if you want to put it, on this live chat. Let me see if I can put my email in the chat. Hold on a second. I have a backup email, of course, because you got to be careful. I mean, I do kind of. Oh, okay, yeah, it was you. Okay. Yeah, I put my Cash App in the chat. For some reason, I can't do it on this cell phone. My other phone, I was able to, but the lady smashed it, so. Oh, okay, you did. You fell asleep last night. Oh, to me. Okay. Yeah, I tried going to social services, so. Oh, this is my email. Okay, yeah, I thought that was you, but it's all good. I forget what it was about. I forget, but oh, for a room, maybe for a motel room or something. But that's all right. I don't try to use people, unless I really need help. I'm trying to get on my feet. But my email, I'll give you my email. It's let me see. Hold on. This is my backup email. Yeah, at the women's shelter, she smashed my cell phone. She got fired, I heard. I was doing a live stream. Well, thanks. I don't try to take advantage of nobody's kindness, That's what narcissists do. I don't want to do that, Yeah, I was staying at the homeless shelter. Oh, hello, Germany. Awesome. Hi, Germany. Hello there, Neek. Nice to meet you. Germany, wow. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Guardian. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, I went to the welfare office, the social services office. Oh, okay, garbage. I'll take your garbage man. All right, I'll screenshot your Cash App. So if I can ever, you know. Yeah, no, I'm not a taker. I like to give too. you know. Oh, hey Emery, how you doing? Yeah, someone asked me to remove my hat, but no, I keep my hair covered. But I did chop my hair off when I was in Texas. Texas was extremely hot, and I chopped my hair off, so it took a long time to grow back. So hopefully the sun will come out today. I'm hoping, because it's kind of cold out there. So I look like Melania Trump, really? Huh? Okay. Oh, that's all right. Oh, thanks, Itchy. You didn't have to. I'm sorry to, yeah, it's all good. I mean, I know you had mentioned, I thought it was you. You said if I needed anything, but I got the hand warmers. I got some hand warmers, and I blessed a lady at the bus stop, with it. So, oh, the number. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, okay, I got it. Okay, no worries. Thank you. But I know sometimes people ask me what my Cash App is. That's the only reason it's pinned, guys. So, yeah. Yeah, for some reason, I'm trying to log into... Alright, give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. Yeah. They said I got banned from the shelter for recording. For just recording, they banned me. What are you gonna do? Alright, give me 1 second. I'm trying to log into the PayPal. Oh, nice, nice. Alright, let me see. Yeah, for some reason I can't log in on my laptop. It's giving me a hard time. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Okay, hold on. No? Alright, give me 1 second. No, it's just personal preference. Yeah. Well, there's a scripture, Itchy, that talks about, women covering their hair, because of the fallen angels, the fallen angels. It's in Corinthians. And it's personal choice, men, they are going to be men and they're lustful. So I don't choose to, show my long, when I had long hair. It's just, my hair is for my husband. Yeah. My hair, I believe, yeah. Yeah. Well, I dress modestly, like I said, I came out of the world. Hold on. Yeah, I'd rather save it for your husband, Oops, wait a second. Let me redo it. Yeah. Lust is a big problem in these last days. Sexual perversion. So, yeah. It's personal choice. Yeah, especially in Florida. Florida was a culture shock for me. When I was in Florida, it was a huge culture shock. Yeah, going to the beach, seeing women in thong bikinis. Yeah, that's not my scene. I'm not interested in that. So, yeah, it's not my scene. Women walking around with their butts showing in front of children and young teenagers. Yeah, no, not my style. Not for me. I'm not comfortable with that. To each their own, but yeah. No, I'm not the female Eminem. But I used to be a fan of Eminem. In my teenage years, I was. But I grew out of his music, and there's music playing in the background, so I hope I don't get any copyright strikes, Oh, okay, Terrence. All right. But yeah, love is a huge issue. Yeah, I'm not a Karen. Sorry about that. What happened? My family had me on pharmacia drugs for years. Had me on pharmacia, so... and then I had braces and I was hard-headed and I didn't listen to the dentist, eating candy, it gets caught in your braces and, it's not good. You're not supposed to chew gum and all that stuff. Yeah. Well, we're not really supposed to mark our bodies, You're not supposed to mark yourself. Tattoos can be, poison, There's stuff in the tattoos. Yeah, you can. You can get clear braces now. You don't need the metal ones. Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I was on some pharmakia drugs, but I've been delivered, so yeah, you can. Yeah, I have tattoos. When I was a worldly woman, yeah. But I repented. I don't mark myself with tattoos anymore. See, um, Christianity was taught lawlessness. You see all these Christian pastors are all tatted up, they're very worldly. But if you have gotten them and you come to Christ or Yahushua HaMashiach, who the world calls Jesus Christ, you can repent. And yeah, you don't have to keep marking your body. It's not very attractive. I grew out of it. I outgrew my tattoos. So, oh, okay, yeah. I outgrew them. So I don't, and they're expensive. Tattoos are expensive. Yeah, tattoos can be costly. My 18-year-old, he got his first tattoo. He's my 18-year-old. So he was asking me about tattoos, and stuff. So he got one. So, but I told him, don't mark your body, because you might regret it. You might put something on your body and then you might regret it, later on. You might have second thoughts. So, but but I believe in the book of Leviticus, it does talk about we're not supposed to mark our bodies, we're not supposed to mark our bodies. Hey, Susan, how you doing? It's your body is the temple, right? Your body is the temple, and sometimes the ink isn't good. It gets into your bloodstream. You might go to a tattoo shop. Oh yeah, he has a little cross behind his ear, and he's got a cross. He put something about God and a cross, but crosses are idolatry. Crosses are idolatry. I used to be a big idolater myself. I had a bunch of crosses. Yeah. But I have the Christian fish. That's another idol, the Christian fish. I have it here tattooed, the Christian fish. But yeah, I was in Christianity, so they weren't really teaching me in those churches to not mark my body, not that I recall, maybe, I don't remember, but I think in Leviticus it does mention, in Leviticus it talks about that, yeah. There you go. Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do now. Be still and trust in him, Hey, Pojo, how you doing? Pojo 94. So, it was very cold. The sun's coming out, so that's a blessing. The sun is about to make a an appearance. Oh, okay, St. Christopher, okay. Yeah. I don't think my Marine son has any tattoos that I know of. Yeah, my son that's serving in the military, so. Yeah. Oh, okay, a shamrock, a moon, okay. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, thank you. Yeah, exactly, James, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you might regret it or you might repent. I repented. I don't get any more tattoos. Hey, Australia, how you doing? Good to see you. Love that flag with the little stars. It looks like stars in the night sky. Yeah, I'm proud of him. I mean, that's his choice, but I don't want him to get killed. Because if I was, my mom has been parentally alienating, parental alienation parental alienation. So I wanted to teach the children scriptures growing up. But my mom, she practices witchcraft and stuff. So, yeah, Clayton, you're right. Sometimes some of them will, yeah. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, okay. So yeah, I wanted to influence my boys to be in the Word of God, so to speak. The Word, and but yeah, when I was in a dark place, excuse me. When I was in a darker place in my life, I've always read the scriptures, since a little child. That's why my channel's about, sharing my testimony. Because I have minor children that are still with their grandma, but my mom's not well, Yeah, parental alienation is a form of like psychological torture, You have to grieve your own children who are still living. People don't understand, you know. Yes, Suzanne, right. I'm Puerto Rican and Irish, but we're not, Puerto Ricans. We're actually Taino Indian, indigenous. Indigenous, but I grew up with Italians. Yeah, I grew up with Italians. Oh, okay, great. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm still proud of him. That's still my son. That's what he wants to do, Well, I wasn't there, like I said, My mom adopted my children in good faith that, once I was, able to stabilize myself, which it's hard to stabilize when your family is narcissistic. Yeah. Because you're trying to heal and set boundaries, right, and get well, and they're not always going to respect, your boundaries and your wishes. So, so. But my therapist told me that, no, I'm not unfit. No. No, I'm not an unfit parent, actually. I was raised by unfit parents, and I came out of a dark place. Oh, okay. Yeah, once that was the whole, it says in the last days they're going to be, they're going to be covenant breakers, truce breakers. Yeah. No, I'm a cycle breaker, domestic violence, narcissistic abuse, I was being satanically abused, Yeah, thank you. Yeah. But the last time I lived with my mom, I was clean and sober, and I saw her abuse my little toddler. Yeah. Yeah, but the police, they don't help. Social, welfare, social services, or whatever you call it, CPS. My brother was hurting my babies, doing drugs in the house. Nobody believed me, so you gotta, because when your mental health is weaponized against you, and yeah, if you'd like to donate, sure. I think my Cash App is in there. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, my Cash App is pinned. All right, let's keep the comments, please. Let's keep the comments appropriate, okay? Yeah, my brother, he would watch witchcraft shows and stuff. Yeah, right now I'm homeless, looking for housing. This is my adopted brother, my mom's biological son, who was my 18-year-old said he knocked my son's tooth out. He was smacking them. I witnessed my brother doing harm to the children, and nobody believed me. My mother, that's what NARCs do. NARCs protect each other. Abusers protect one another. But witnessed him smack my autistic child. He was, just came home from school. My mom was there, and he smacked my son off, so hard that he knocked him off the chair, and his head hit the wooden, wall and everything. And my oldest boy, who's the Marine, he was there sitting at the table. He turned around and looked at me, and my mom was there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And did I call the police? No, because nobody does anything, you know. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I used to be a drug addict, not anymore. No, I don't do drugs and alcohol. No. Hello, shalom, shalom. How you doing? Shalom. Oh, you had good parents? That's what's up. That's wonderful. That's good. Yeah. So, that's what abusers do. They protect other abusers, so, that's just how it is. They protect each other. I was assaulted by him too. My brother would, domestic violence. Yeah, this is my brother. He's currently in prison. My brother assaulted me, sibling rivalry. He beat me up my whole entire childhood. My brother would beat me up. My nose would be bleeding. He's an open homosexual, No, he's in prison because he was on drugs. He was on meth, Yeah. No, I'm adopted. Yeah, I'm adopted. That's not my bloodline. Yeah, I'm adopted. That's my adopted brother. But that's my brother. I've known him since, I was adopted. So, yeah, it's hard to, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to overcome when people protect predators. I'm not sure. He got in a car accident. He had drugs in his system. Yeah. And he was on his way back to my mother's house where my children live. My mom kicked me on the streets and allowed him to live in the house. So I'm saying people don't get it. People don't understand it. It's domestic violence. No, I don't have a lot of childhood friends. Once I want healthy friends. My childhood friend, my best friend, yeah, she turned into somebody I didn't recognize anymore. So, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a major story where I'm from. Okay, itchy fingers. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I am a strong person. I do my best. Yeah, well, why? If you're ashamed, then you be ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. We're all adults here. There's no little children here. We're having an adult conversation. I'm in a Starbucks. Please don't police my speech, people. We're all grown, we're all adults. There's nobody really here this morning. It's the Sabbath anyway. Should be resting, right? So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not a meth head, so adios. Have a good day. Have the day you deserve. So anyway, I'm clean and I'm sober. All praise to the Most High God of heaven and earth. Thank you anyway. Yeah, the Starbucks is really loud. Sometimes the music. Yeah, yeah. So you're talking over the music. Nowadays, every restaurant you go to, it doesn't matter, they all blast the music. So it's just part of life. If you go to McDonald's, I don't go to McDonald's really. I mean, if I sit down, but no, I don't eat the food. Yeah, I'm not ashamed, we're all grown. It's a blessing when people are getting clean and sober and they're in recovery. That's something to be praised. Hallelujah. You're supposed to praise it. Yes. No, I don't eat McDonald's. No. No. Yeah, there's not really a lot of people in here, but you know how, I don't know if y'all do go to Starbucks or where you get your coffee or if you drink coffee, so. Yeah. But yeah, no, I grew up in Hamilton Township my whole life, Oh, wow, really? You love coffee? Okay. All right, itchy fingers, yeah. Yeah, this is my brother's court appearance for those who are interested. My brother's court appearance when he killed those people. He was trashed. He had methamphetamine in his system. Yes, he did. But no, I never done no meth. Unless somebody slipped it in and I didn't know about it. No, I never did any meth. I heard meth is very hard to get off of. I heard it is. Yes, that's right. We're brave. And we should never be ashamed of our sobriety. That's how we heal. There's no shame in talking about recovery in a public place. Never be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of that. No. And but the music, I'm trying to, I'm competing with the music. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I put it in the chat, that YouTube clip. That's my brother's court hearing when he got arrested. My story's real. I'm not a phony person. I'm not ashamed of my appearance. Why should I be? If you're ashamed of how I look, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not ashamed. I'm a strong person. I know what I've been through, and I know the Most High God of heaven and earth is good to me all day, every day. I've been through a lot. Yeah, Itchy, it sure does. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the boundaries solid, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Don't smoke no crack. Don't do drugs. Drugs. No, don't do them. Hugs, not drugs. Hugs. Hugs, not drugs. Hey, Denise, how you doing? Good morning. Somebody subscribe to the channel because I don't want to stay at the number 666. I don't want to stay at 666. Yeah, Christ consciousness. Yeah. Yeah. But I put it in the chat so y'all can see, my story's legit. I know you see, I know, Itchy, they're coming out the woodwork. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't want to stay at 666, guys. Thank you, I appreciate it. I don't want to stay at the number 666. It's not a good number. Not Mark of the Beast. Oh, thanks, Mark. But this is my story. It's legit, you know. That's how you heal. You tell the truth. I'm a truth teller. I'm the black sheep. I'm the scapegoat. I'm the truth teller. That's why my family rejected me. But it's all good because the Bible says when your mother and father reject you, the Most High takes you in. That's what the scripture, when your mom and dad abandon you, the Most High takes you in. For sure. But that little YouTube clip, yeah, my brother was hurting my babies. He was smacking my children. My son said he knocked his tooth out. My 18-year-old said, yeah, I don't think so. They didn't reject me because I'm on crack. I do drugs, so it rocks. Thank you. My brother who was abusing my children, okay, click on the YouTube channel. Yeah, he was allowed to live in the house and abuse my children and be on drugs and enabled to abuse my children. So you don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't on drugs when I lived with my children. My children are my joy. That's why my mom is a sadistic, narcissistic witch who keeps me from the children. I could walk on water. It'll never be good enough for her, you know? So, yeah. Me, I was always getting kicked out of the house for trying to stop the abuse. Every time I lived with my mom, you know? Yeah, no, I try not to let them. That's why you block them, you know? You just gotta block them. They don't understand narcissistic abuse, satanic abuse. They don't get it. It's real. It's not a buzzword. It's really not. You know? It's not a buzzword, folks. It's real. Yep. Yeah. But I try not to let it get to me. I know it's tough. You know, we got to rebuke the devil. You know, people are going to come with their hatred and their judgments. So it is what it is. But it takes a lot of courage for me to finally talk about it because I was silenced for so many years. You know, I was silenced so long. And that's what the enemy wants. The enemy and the devil wants us to be silenced. The devil wants to take you out. The enemy wants to take me out, but he hasn't done it. You know, I overdosed in my addiction, you know. Yes, I overdosed, you know. But I overcame, you know, I survived, you know. I survived an overdose on, you know, a drug overdose. And I was with the Messiah. I was with the Messiah. It was wonderful. I was in a place of torment in hell at first. But then Yahushua came, and I was a sheep walking with the great shepherd. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Thankfully, the person next to me, you know, had a little bit of empathy. The drug addict that was with me, and put a pillow over my chest, you know, and punched me in my heart, and I came back to life. I didn't want to come back to this realm, but I'm here. What can I say? You know, it was nice where I was at. It was peaceful. You know, it was peaceful. Talk about the peace and shalom that passes all understanding. Yes. The peace that passes all understanding. Didn't want to come back here. I really didn't, but I still have children to, you know, that I'm fighting for. Yeah. Oh, that's all right. I don't want nobody's sympathy. I'm just, you know, trying to share my testimony. I'm not gonna silence me. The devil can't silence me. That's why I'm a huge threat to the devil. And my family doesn't want me around. But yeah, my story, I'm surviving satanic and narcissistic. I'm surviving. I was doing it on and off for a while. You know, every time I tried to protect my children, my mom would throw me out, you know. She had, you know, but she allowed her son, who's, you know, to live in the house and do harm. Yeah, I don't need meds. Have a good day. Adios. Take care. Projection. I'm saying, I don't need pharmakia. I'm sound of mind. Thank you. Yeah. These demonic people push psychiatric meds on people. Oh, that's all right. Don't worry about it. You know, I have money for a room to rent and stuff. Yes, yeah. At the time, I was still in the narcissistic fog with my mom, and I believed that you know, it's like, you know, it's better, I guess, the devil you know than the devil you don't know. You know, I was a worldly woman. I was on drugs. I was in a very dark place, but I'm overcoming. Oh, thanks, Carl. My stepbrother died of a drug overdose. My brother died in his addiction. My stepbrother died in his addiction. My other brother is serving prison. Okay? So it's been, you know, I'm not going out like that. I'm going to survive. I'm going to stay strong. Well, you know, try to get off of it. I kick cold turkey, you know. You know? Oh, thank you. Yeah, jails, institution, and death. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my stepbrother died several years ago. Right after my biological brother got hit by a car. You know, he was in his active addiction. You know, he you know, couldn't get off. He was on and off, you know. We used to use together. And then I got clean for a while. I was, you know, living with my mom and, you know, held her accountable for the abuse, as usual. She threw me on the streets because it's her house and she has the physical custody of the children, you know. But see, people don't like to hold their end of the bargain, you know. In good faith, she adopted my boys. And I was always clean around my children. You know, I didn't bring drugs around the children. My children are my joy, and that's why, you know, sadistic, narcissistic people, you know, it's a way to punish me because I'm the truth teller, you know. Oh, okay, Itchy Fingers, you have a blessed day, all right? Take care. Yeah. So, yeah, you know, it takes a lot of courage and bravery to come on, you know, social media and share your story, your testimony of strength, courage, you know. Hey, Indonesia. Yeah, it's a lot. Because for a long time, I didn't have a voice. I was silenced. I was medicated and silenced. And yeah. All right, you too. Yahuwah Baruch you, brother. Take care. Be safe out there. You know. So I refuse to stay silent. I'm not going to suffer in silence no more. You know, no, I never did methadone. No, sir. No, I never did any methadone. Oh, thanks. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm trying to stay in the fight, you know, and not give up. So I'm hoping that, you know, my story encourages anyone else who's homeless and on drugs to get right, you know. You don't got to suffer in silence. Oh, thank you, young blood. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know, nobody should suffer in silence. No one. Oh, okay. What do you want, Suboxone? Okay, yeah. Okay. I will. Yeah, so, you know, I'm not going to suffer in silence anymore, you know. That's how you defeat the devil. You talk. You expose it. You know, my brother's in prison where he belongs, you know, hurting my children. All right, adios. I'll text you in a little while. So, you know, and I'm still standing. I'm still here. My children are a hop, skip, and a jump right down the street. Right down the street. That's where my babies are. I came back to New Jersey because things are about to get real. Things are about to go get real out here. New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey. You know, the economy's crashing, the dollar's crashing. I have a son who's a Marine. You know, he's serving in the military. So, yeah. Oh, Connecticut, nice. So, you know. So, yeah, you gotta be there for your family. Yeah, nobody's in a psychosis. Have a good day. But, yeah, you know, so that's what I'm saying. This isn't a channel for me to be bullied and picked on. No, this isn't a survivor's channel. Drugs, alcohol, abuse, Satanism, satanic abuse, witchcraft, you know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm at the Starbucks. I'm just sitting down, you know, staying warm, but the sun is coming out, so hopefully it's going to warm up, yeah. I'm not sure if my son's going to be deployed, but he's a Marine. He's a Marine. He's a United States Marine. You know? So, you know, I came back to New Jersey after 6 years, you know, parental alienation. You know, it doesn't matter what your past is. That's what these demons do. They weaponize your past. You know? You can't weaponize someone's past forever. You gotta let people, you gotta move on. You know? You gotta move on. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Joe Mama. Appreciate you. Well, he's an adult, you know. I'm proud of him, but, you know, that's his choice. If I wasn't allowed to influence his life, because I would hope that that's not the choice that, you know, he would make. But once they're an adult, you know. Yeah, it is. I got pink eye in the homeless shelter. It's dirty, you know. I always wash my hands. My hands are clean. They keep calling me some kind of junkie. I got some pretty clean hands for a dope fiend, right? Yeah. Funny. I hope he doesn't come back that way, but, you know, that's his choice, you know. Oh, thank you, Mo Zoe, or Zoe, Mo Zoe. Yeah, he chose to go in the military. My therapist said that, you know, a lot of young men go into the military, you know. A lot of young men go into the military, you know, they've come from abusive homes and backgrounds as well. Me, I've been sober for about a good year, I'd say. Maybe about a year, 6 months to a year. Yeah, you know, you fall down, you get back up. That's what you do. You keep fighting. Don't give up. You know, don't give up. You know, you keep going. But yeah. I don't blame you. Homeless shelters are dangerous. I hope he does quit. That's my prayer, no, I don't take maintenance. I don't take no pharmacia, Suboxone, Xanaxes, nothing. No, I don't do no pharmacia. I kick cold turkey. I kick heroin cold turkey a lot of times, and I'm not with that. I'm too old, too wise for that. No, it's not worth it. And you're already homeless. You know, you're already homeless. It's already rough enough. That's just going to make things more complicated. You know, you add addiction to that, it's not good. You know, you don't want to add addiction to your problems. So if you can stay off of it, yeah, it's best to stay off of it. No, no, I never did meth or methamphetamines. At least, hello, good morning. At least not to my knowledge, because, drug dealers slip things in, right? But no. Well, my plan is just to continue to press forward. I went to the social services office, and they didn't want to help me. So they sanctioned me till May. I thought it was March. But apparently it's May. I'm sanctioned till May 7th. Exactly. Yeah, I have a storage unit. Oh, thanks, James. Yeah, I have a storage unit. Yeah. So that helps out a lot. I have access to Planet Fitness. Thank you. I have a Planet Fitness. Oh, thank you, Big South. South Philly. I used to live in Philly. Oh, I'm trying to do the best I can. Yeah, I'm not asking for anybody's sympathy. I don't need your sympathy. I'm just sharing my testimony, trying to strengthen and encourage others to get off the drugs. It's not for sympathy. And I'm not, people ask me, what my PayPal is. So that's why it's on there. Yeah, but I don't monetize the channel. No, I'm not monetized. I don't sell merch. I'm not here to sell you products and merch, Yeah. Well, I'm on disability, I am on disability. I'm allowed to work so many hours. So once I'm, situated in an apartment again or a place, yeah. Oh, okay. I hope I don't get a copyright strike. Oh, wonderful. That's wonderful, white man. Okay. Oh, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's the music in the background. I'm just sitting at the Starbucks. But I don't, I don't drink the coffee. There is one Starbucks product that I did like, I'm not going to lie, come on. Yeah, it was the Frappuccino in the glass bottle. How did I get disabled? Well, I had learning disabilities. I was in special education. I was born deaf. I had hearing. Some people say it was a test from the government, but I left. They used to take me and do hearing tests on me. I used to sit in this booth, and I used to have to put these headphones on, and I have to raise my hand, and they would say, "Do you, can you hear the sound? Can you hear this sound?" So, yeah, yeah. So I might be on the spectrum of autism as well. Back then they didn't know what autism was, but I'm vaccine injured. Yeah, autism is a vaccine injury. People can debate it, No, I was deaf. I had surgery. Yeah, I had surgery in my ears. Yeah. I had to have anesthesia, and I had surgery. I was deaf. They said they were going to do one more hearing test, and if I couldn't pass the hearing test, that I was going to have to wear hearing aids. And my teacher would have to wear a special thing around her neck, because I couldn't hear the teacher. Yeah, so I had learning disabilities. Yeah. Yeah, they put tubes in your ears. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't hear the teacher in school. So, thankfully, I am a miracle. I can hear perfectly fine now. I can hear okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's called tubes in the ears. Yeah, you did too, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Right. So yeah, I had some setbacks in life, but I don't have a victim mentality. I'm very strong. You know, people come on here, oh, I know, isn't a victim mentality. I'm a survivor, and I'm still surviving, and I'm still enduring, and I'm still pressing forward. That's all we can do is keep pressing forward. But I refuse to suffer in silence, and I refuse to remain silent. So that's what this channel is about, you know, because a lot of people don't know, I wasn't satanically abused in my home. They weren't drinking blood and killing babies, not that I know of. But they were doing witchcraft, yeah, you know. Yeah, drugs aren't good, you're right, they don't look good on you. They don't look good on people. I'm in New Jersey. Yeah. Let me see. The infrastructure? What do you mean? Well, I was 18 years old when I filed for my disability. I don't have a payee. I'm in control of my money. I'm not going to let a narcissistic mother control my money. No, you're asking for trouble when you have a narcissistic parent controlling your money. It's bad enough she wants to control everything else. So at least I have, freedom. But I did try to work. Actually, the Taco Bell right here behind me, I think it's that way. I used to work there. I was 14 years old, and I used to work there. Oh, thanks. I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. So I used to work at the Taco Bell right here. Yeah, I was living in Texas. Yeah, I was 14. I used to work at Taco Bell. And, yeah, I tried working, yeah. Well, my last job, I was a secretary. Oh, that was years ago. I'm 41. So, yeah, I was working, but I couldn't really handle it. I was going through a lot of abuse. I was skinny. I almost looked like no disrespect, but I looked like a Jewish person. I was so skinny in the Holocaust. That's how skinny I was. That's how bad, things were in my childhood. I was bones. I was skinny. I looked like I belonged in a concentration camp. And my mom couldn't see that, Yeah, I eat pretty good. I'm grateful. So yeah, when your child is suffering and a parent isn't paying attention, my mom's friend noticed it. She's Italian. She told me she would buy me this bathing suit if I made 100 pounds. But I was extremely underweight. Yeah, I was disheveled in my childhood, very disheveled. Yeah, it showed, for sure, you know. But I'm not here for sympathy. No, I'm just sharing my testimony. The only way that I stay strong is through the Word, through the Most High, through His Word, through His Scriptures, my faith, my faith. Oh, Home Alone, yeah, Home Alone 2. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. My hair is short. I cut it. It was too hot in Texas, It was hot in Texas, so. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, trying to get yourself back on your feet after you survived all that, all this trauma and abuse. You want a community of people who are going to build you up, not tear you down. Thank you, Mayhem. Yeah, you're looking for, I've been torn down and beat down enough and destroyed by people enough. I don't need that anymore in my life. I want to heal, and get right, get right with the Most High God, of heaven and earth. Oh, okay, Mayhem, thanks. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. But only the Most High God helps me get through this. That's it. Like I said, I grew up in a satanic household. This is the only thing that helps me and comforts me is the word, is the Father's word. You know, that's the only thing that gives me strength is the word. Oh, thanks. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably leaving shortly. Yeah. I should be leaving shortly, miss. There's really nobody in here too much, but. And not only that, I wash my clothes, I take care of myself, I do laundry, I'm not on drugs and alcohol, so I don't smell like a bar. So, when you take care of yourself, homeless or not, and you do what you got to do, you can sit in establishments. You can sit here for a little bit, as long as you're not bothering nobody. Actually, they gave me a water. The guy who works here, he gave me this water. So, who's talking? I don't know. So yeah, as long as you're respectable and you're presentable and you know how to act right and behave properly. Like I said on my live, people got offended, but, because I talked about, white privilege. I mean, I'm Hispanic, my dad's Puerto Rican, but the reality is, I understand that, if I was a woman of color, would they treat me the same? So these things come through my mind because I'm an empathetic person. I don't want to be, a self-proclaimed empath, but I put myself in other people's shoes. And I can certainly do more things than a woman of color. I can blend in and I can go different places like Princeton, New Jersey, and things of that nature. I go to the hospitals and I sit down in the hospitals and I go to the cafeterias, and so, sometimes some folks ain't treated the same, and that's the facts. Oh, you live by Princeton? Nice. I might have to go to Princeton, New Jersey. No, I'm Hispanic. I'm Native American on my dad's side. It goes by your dad, your bloodline, your dad. In the scriptures, it always talks about, the dad, I guess, your father. But see, people no, it's not the same thing. It's not the same. No, I'm Native American. I'm not white. My dad is Native American. It's not the same. I'm indigenous. I know, right? You can't see me. New Jersey. So, I think about these things. I have children of color, Yeah. Yeah. And my son was, I remember at the Burger King right here behind me. The Burger King right here where I live. My sons were, playing together. And my son, who's serving in the United States Marine, a little white girl with blonde hair and blue eyes, was in the playhouse in Burger King with my child, Little blonde hair, blue-eyed girl, and she said, "Ew, you're black." And my son ran down, the tubes, but my other son was right behind him. My boys stick together. I always told my children, love your brother. Every time I call to talk to my children, I always tell them, love your brother. Love your brother. Take care of each other. So yeah, racism is alive and well. Don't tell me, because I have a biracial family. And that little white girl with blonde hair and blue eyes looked right at my son, and I heard her in the tubes. Hey, Grayson, I'm sorry. I see you, Grayson. I see you. You know? Yeah, I'm in Hamilton. And the little white girl with blonde hair and blue eyes, I heard her up in the tubes playing. The mother was oblivious, She was oblivious, And my son, I'll never forget the look on his face. Yeah. So people tell you they don't see color. They're full of crap. It's garbage. That's called gaslighting, Hey, what's good, B-Ron? So yeah, I've experienced it, of course. Yeah. So it hurt me, to see that pain in an innocent child, So yeah, I know that I can move around and do certain things because of the color of my skin. I'm able to blend in and do certain things that maybe other folks can't do as much because they're profiled. I'm profiled already because of I'm homeless, Yeah, it is what gaslighting means, okay? So don't gaslight me about the gaslighting, okay? Yeah, it's called gaslighting. So yeah, it is what gaslighting means. So, yes. Oh, how did it go? They didn't help me. Yeah, I'm sanctioned until May. I thought it was March. Yeah, but apparently it's May, so they don't have any housing. No, I'm not a racist. I'm not racist. My mother is Irish British, and on my dad's side, I'm Native American. That's where the red cheeks come in. The rosy cheeks, Irish. And not all Puerto Ricans are dark skinned, Yeah. Well, I suppose. So yeah, it goes based on your dad, I believe. But my dad is Taino Indian, Native American. Yeah. All right, Sacred, I see you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm probably gonna head out shortly. I'm gonna head out shortly. I got things to do, Gotta take care of business. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I'm a person who self-reflects. No, I'm currently disabled right now, Yeah, I'm trying to find a good therapist who knows about narcissistic abuse, I know, it's horrible. Oh, thank you. So I'm a person who tries to put myself in other people's shoes and see it through someone else's, eyes. Yeah, I get disability money, but it's not enough to survive, It's not enough to really live, And, yeah. The only reason I put my Cash App is because sometimes people do ask me. That's all. But I don't monetize this channel. And I'm not here to sell you merch and all that stuff. I'm not here to sell merchandise and stuff, Yeah. When I get money, from disability, I can wash clothes. Hey, hello, Rachel. How you doing? Yeah, I have a Planet Fitness membership. Yeah. Excuse me. I have a Planet Fitness membership through my insurance. Bye, Lucid. Have the day you deserve. Adios. Feel better. So, yeah. I know, everything's expensive. Yeah. Yeah, you can take a shower at Planet Fitness. Yeah, my insurance, I have good insurance. And it's a program for those who don't know. It's called Silver Sneakers. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it's rough. I hope you made it out of there, out of homelessness. Yeah. Yeah, I shower at the Planet Fitness, so I'm blessed. Yeah, it's called Silver Sneakers. If you have Medicaid or Medicare, it's a program. So call your Medicaid or Medicare and find out if you are eligible for the program. I'll put it in the chat. It's called Silver Sneakers. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, Silver Sneakers. And yeah. It's called Silver Sneakers. Planet Fitness. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. I'm glad. Yeah, I had an apartment in Texas. I had Section 8 and all that, and I lost everything because, the woman next door to me was abusing my little black cat. People think that, black cats are evil. No, people are evil, not cats. People are evil, not black cats. And she was throwing these huge rocks at it. Huge rocks, big rocks. Hey, how you doing, Stephen? So yeah, we live in a very nasty world. Yeah, I'm not begging, Michael. I'm not begging, and nothing wrong with asking for help. Sorry that you don't understand that. So, you know. So yeah, it's just not right. People are rude. No, it's not begging. It's not begging. Okay, guys. I don't monetize this channel. You're not obligated to send me money. I don't make money. I've been on. I don't make money on YouTube. Yeah. I hope you never become homeless, and I hope you are a millionaire, because you're not gonna, survive what's coming. Yeah, I'll show you the black cat. I'll probably get out of here shortly, because I've been here for a while, But, they don't really bother me, because I don't bother them, But let's see. Yeah, I tried to go to Section 8, and I told them what was going on. Oh, thanks, James. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Yeah, if nobody's obligated to send me anything, but if they, but the Bible says that He loves a cheerful giver. Not by compulsion. If people, that's what it, I think that's what the scripture tells us, right? A cheerful giver. A cheerful giver. Not like when you're in church and they pass the collection plate around and you feel obligated, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, they understand me perfectly well. They're good people here. Yeah. Oh, huh. But yeah. But I'm good. I had my morning coffee and stuff, and so let me see. Wait. Oh, thanks, Rachel. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, nobody's mocking me, sweetheart. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what's going on. I hope you have a good day. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get used to, you know, just not responding, right? You know, I'm trying to get stronger in that area, you know, not responding to the negativity. I guess that's what the Most High God is trying to, you know, get me to do is be stronger and you know, mature in other ways. You know, not respond to the negative comments. It's you know, but I'm going to show you the little black cat that I had in Texas. And when I tried to, you know, oh, I'm in New Jersey. Yeah, I'm in New Jersey. I'm in Trenton, New Jersey, Hamilton area. Yeah. Yeah. But oh, you're in Texas? I just moved from Texas. That's why I'm saying I'm starting to try to get reestablished. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Adam. Yeah, I hope these people are super rich because they're not prepared for what's coming. You know, they're just not prepared. You know, they're not prepared. And I don't even know if I'm fully prepared, you know, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically prepared, you know. Let me show you the little black cat. Where is it? Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm trying to get it together, you know, trying to encourage others. But, you know, some people are just full of hatred. This is my little black cat I had in Texas. This is the little black cat. I called him Wildcat. That's Wildcat. Oh, thanks, James. Yeah, I had an apartment in Section 8, but my neighbor was throwing rocks at this beautiful black cat. I was taking care of my neighbor's animal because we had like biblical flooding. We had some really bad weather. Yeah, exactly. We got to rise above the negativity. You know, there's always going to be negativity in folks. They can't, you know, you got to look at the positive. You got to stay strong and look at the good things and the blessings, you know. Yeah, pray for them. Yeah. That's all we can do is pray for them. Pray that they, you know, they get love in their heart. But that was my little black cat. I'm trying to find him. I called him Wildcat. Oh, nice, Denise. Okay. Yeah. Trying to. I was, yeah, we had a biblical flood in Texas. My neighbors, my downstairs neighbors who were hurting the cat. Yeah. Oh, yeah, a lot of people are prejudiced towards black cats. They are. They're prejudiced, and it's not right. But, you know, cats aren't evil. People are evil. And, you know, the cat was beautiful. I had a cat. And I was taking care of him. I'm trying to find him. That was my baby. Matter of fact, hold on. I still have his collar. This is his collar. That's why I said this is the. I still have the kitty cat's collar. So when I get on my feet, I'm gonna get a black cat. Yeah. The neighbor was throwing rocks at my cat, and so there was issues. Here he is. Oh, there's my baby. This my baby. This was my baby. I miss him. This is the cat's collar. My name's Candace. Candace. This is his little collar. I still got the baby's collar. And this is the kitty. This is him. That's my baby. That's Wildcat. My name is Candace, Rachel. That's the kitty cat. Yeah. The lady was throwing rocks at him. That was where I lived in Texas. So, yeah, that was my baby. That's the day he went missing. That was the last time I seen him, and then he went missing. But he would hang out with me. He was the coolest cat. He would hang out with me on the porch. Yeah, he would hang out with me. Yep, he would hang out with me. Hmm. So yeah, the neighbor was throwing rocks at the kitty cat. And no, I was in Texas, and they thought I was a white woman, which whatever. I speak English. I don't speak Spanish. I was adopted into a English-speaking home, and they were mostly Mexicanos around me, so they were very tight knit in their community. So they didn't really care what I had to say. They didn't care that this woman was throwing rocks at the cat. I had to call the animal control, the authorities, everything. Section 8 housing. My bills were paid. I was all set up so nicely in Texas. Beautiful apartment. I had everything. Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard when you don't have no support and no family. Yeah, it's not. And nobody cared that this woman was hurting the kitty cat. And I tried to talk to the Section 8 housing and everything, and yeah, it's just it's whatever. Time to move on. Yeah, he would hang out with me. That was my buddy. He would hang out with me and chill and everything. He loved me. He would follow me around the apartment complex. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I loved him. He loved me so much. He would follow me around. He'd follow me around and everything. And the lady was just nasty. She was just a nasty lady. And she didn't, no respect, none. This is the day he followed me to the laundry room. This was the laundry room. He would follow me. Yeah, he'd follow me and hang out. That was him. He loved me. That was my only friend. Yeah, he would go in my apartment. Yeah, he would go in the apartment. Oh, look. He'd hang out in the refrigerator. Look, it was hot in Texas. Look at I told there he is. He would go in the refrigerator. Yeah, he'd come inside everything. Yeah, he'd go in my refrigerator. Yeah, I guess he'd like to cool off and everything. He was beautiful. I loved him so much. I miss him. I missed him. I don't know. It was just, yeah. What can you do when people don't treat you right? Your neighbors. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's not gross for the animal to be in the refrigerator, Elvis. You clean it. Yeah, that's him. I loved him. Oh, his dying dog. Yeah, that's my little buddy right there. He loved me and I loved him. So this is all I have left of my baby, my kitty. The kitty cat, right? He's beautiful. And this is him. This is him chilling on the porch. You see, he would hang out on the porch, but the neighbor lived downstairs, so she didn't like him, and she'd throw rocks at him and stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to do, because I love that cat. I was gonna make him a service animal, because in Texas, if the owner, because we had like a really bad blood in Texas, you know So, the neighbors downstairs that were doing harm to the cat, they got flooded out. They were in waist deep water. I was on the top. I was on the second floor, but the apartments were very close together. So the cat would come over. There was another orange cat that, she didn't like the black cat, but I was working on trying to get them to, get along with one another. But, that's the only bad part about having neighbors, if they're unfriendly. you know, and I tried to confront them about it and the grandson, and they just looked at me like I'm crazy and dismissed me, you know. It's not cool, so you know, but you forgive and you gotta move on, you know. But yeah, that's my hope, is to get another little black cat, you know. I loved him so much. He loved me and I loved him, and I hope he had a wonderful personality. He was gorgeous. He had a beautiful personality, full of life. He was a little teenager, you know. He was a teenage adult cat, you know. So but yeah, you know, you live your life and you learn from these experiences. So hopefully, you know, yeah. Yeah, Elvis, get a life, move on. Don't be a hater, dude. Adios, Elvis. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the cat in the refrigerator. You clean it. All you gotta do is clean it and wipe it down. It's that simple. Yeah, yeah, I love cats. Yeah, that was my buddy. You know, but some people are superstitious, you know, when it comes to animals and black cats, you know, or they think you're a witch, or, you know, the cat's not evil. You know, the cats ain't evil. She was evil. The person throwing the rocks was evil, you know. So, yeah. But anyhow, guys, I'm going to get off this live. Thank you all for the love and support. I've been in here for a while now, so yeah. It's a cat, you know. It can go in the refrigerator and you just take a little, you know, wet wipe and you disinfect it. It's really not that serious, you know. It's really not. Okay, thanks, Rachel. Thanks for being here, guys. But I got to get going. So, yeah, for sure. I got to get going. I got a few things to do. And thanks for the love and support, you know. Rachel, would you like to be a moderator? All right, James, thank you. Trying to get some more good mods in here. Yeah. All right, yeah, okay, yeah, I made you a mod. There you go. Thanks, Denise. You too. Yeah, Denise is learning too how to be a mod. But yeah, I gotta find somewhere to rest and get, you know, get some sun and some warmth. So, and something to eat. Eventually, I gotta eat. So, yeah, right, Denise, you're learning how to be a mod. But yeah, you know, keep the negativity out. Yeah, you know. That's why I'm saying my channel is about, you know, helping, you know, encouragement and, you know, survivors, you know, people. Yeah, get some vitamin D. I know, get in the sun. But yeah, guys, I'll you know, I'll catch you on the next live, and you know, thanks for all those that, you know, are here and that do pray for me and stuff. So, you know, thank you. But take care, guys. All right. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.